What's going on, gentlemen? I'm Jesse, and this is Attractionzilla. Dating the hotties and getting yourself that younger girlfriend for older guys over the age of 30. And today's topic is, what do you text a girl when she already has a boyfriend? So I received this message asking me, hey Jesse, I was talking to this beautiful girl. She had a great personality. I liked everything about her. She is my 10 out of 10. We even exchanged numbers. Later on though, I found out that she has a boyfriend. So what do I text her now, or should I just move on? All right, so let's answer that question. If the girl already has a boyfriend, should you just move on? Or if not, what do you message her to pry her away from that guy and win her for yourself? And you're gonna wanna watch this, because if you don't, I guarantee you there's a good chance you're gonna be missing out on some girl you could otherwise get with just a little simple texting magic. You just don't know it yet. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you some of my best lines to say to her if she already does have a boyfriend, to at least get your foot in the door with her. I'm also gonna tell you exactly what not to message the girl, or you will absolutely ruin it for yourself and you will never see that girl again. So these are basically some of those instant death, fatal mistakes that you want to avoid at all costs. We're also going to discuss why you don't want to just move on in many cases, and why you can actually turn things around with the girl if you actually have just a little bit of patience. And lastly, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a little weird trick you can use to firmly plant yourself as the girl's first and best backup option. So if things ever do get a little rocky between the girl and her boyfriend, then you, my friend, will be the first shoulder she comes crying to. You will become the man that she comes running to. So in that moment, you can just scoop her up for yourself. Now, is that fair? Maybe not. But you might want to know what this little trick is, just so that you can prevent your girlfriend or prevent your future girlfriend from running into another man's arms, and you can keep her forever. And by the way, has this ever happened to you where you met a beautiful woman who already had a boyfriend? Did you just give up right away? Did you take a certain course of action? Did you have a comeback line? Let me know what you did down in the comments. All right, so starting off, gentlemen, let's talk about what you don't want to do. And that's, if the girl has a boyfriend, you don't want to just write her off. Guys, it's very useful to have attractive female friends, even if they have boyfriends, because that attractive female friend, first of all, she can introduce you to her female friends, many who will be single. You can also invite that girl who has a boyfriend out to events or bars or parties and act as social proof for yourself. The second reason you want to stay in touch with that girl, not just write her off because she has a boyfriend, is because women break up with their boyfriends all the time. Girlfriend, boyfriend, that is not a permanent state of things, because a lot of these pretty girls, they're actually dating the bad boy. They're chasing the bad boy, and these bad boys are often seeing other girls on the side. These bad boys often aren't that faithful. These bad boys have other options. So even though she is a pretty girl, she wants that man to commit to her, and girls will eventually leave a guy that won't commit to her. So there's often a breakup coming along down the road, and that breakup might be a couple weeks away, might be a couple months away, but hey, the time is gonna pass by anyway, so you can still stay in touch with her and remain friends until that moment that she's single again. And when she is single again, that's when you can swoop in and scoop her up. The third reason not to write the girl off just because she says she has a boyfriend is because a lot of these relationships aren't actually boyfriend and girlfriend. They are actually more of a situationship that is on and off, or it's a fuck buddy situation that is on and off, where she's trying to chase after a guy that she wants to win over, but he won't commit to her, and eventually she gets bored with him. Or she could be dating a boring guy from her social circle who is just the best option at the time, but she doesn't particularly like him, and she could be looking for a new guy. She just needs a little bit more time to get to know you first. I'm just saying, you don't really know. You don't really know her full situation. Because I have a boyfriend, it isn't like a light switch of on and off. It's more like a volume knob from 1 to 10. And if that volume knob is turned down low, 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, you can still often get the girl. Look, you gotta understand how women operate. Women monkey branch. They monkey branch. Basically, a woman will not give up the guy she's with until she has the next guy squarely lined up. You want to think of her as like a monkey swinging through the forest on vines. She doesn't let go of the vine she's swinging on until she's got the next vine securely gripped in her other hand, because women don't like to be single. So they monkey branch from man to man. So if she tells you, I have a boyfriend, all it means is she hasn't monkey branched onto you yet. But that doesn't mean you can't become the next guy that she has lined up. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to tell you exactly what to message a girl when she says she has a boyfriend. But first, here's what not to message a girl when she has a boyfriend. You don't want to be making these fatal mistakes. And number one, you don't want to get guilty or apologetic or start acting all weird about it. Don't start writing her, oh my God, I didn't realize you had a boyfriend. I'm so sorry about what I said earlier. Nothing like that. Don't start acting weird about the whole thing. That's just gonna make her feel weird about you. Like she's doing something wrong even talking to you. And then she's gonna categorize you as one of those guys who doesn't get it. You're just another weird, overly agreeable, overly apologetic, nice guy, and she's gonna lose all attraction for you. The second big fatal mistake you wanna avoid making, guys, is taking it personally when she has a boyfriend. Getting butthurt about it. Because that's just the reality of the situation, guys. A lot of times, beautiful women, they're in serious relationships. There's nothing you can really do about it. She just doesn't know you well enough yet for her to instantly dump the man she's with and monkey branch on over to you. So don't take it personally. Don't let it wreck your self-esteem or ruin your day. After all, you would hope that women in general wouldn't just so easily dump the guy they're with, because if that was the case, that woman would be unfaithful. She would be promiscuous, and you too would get cheated on by her. So if a girl is giving you pushback about having a boyfriend, that's probably a good sign that she'd actually make for a good girlfriend eventually. So don't see it as a rejection, don't get butthurt about it, and don't feel bad about it. Okay, so assuming you avoid those two fatal mistakes, what do you write the girl? She tells you, I have a boyfriend. What's the next thing to write her? And what you want to first do is try to find out, try to discover how serious she is about that guy. So you can write her, for example, how long have you two been together? You're gonna write her, how long have you two been together? And if she gives you an answer like, it's been a month, it's been 2 months, 3 months, then you can write her back, okay, not that serious then. You're gonna write her, okay, not that serious then. And if she writes you back, you're right. Now you can proceed as if she's about to monkey branch onto that next guy, which could be you, and just continue to game her as you would normally. Now, on the other hand, if you write her, how long have you two been together? And she tells you something like 5 years, you want to find out if she's serious, because not always does length of a relationship correlate with the commitment of the relationship. Sometimes, but not always. So write her again to get a little bit more information. You might write her, okay, you must be deeply in love with him. I bet you're getting married soon. What you're doing here is you're just digging a little deeper. You're going on a fact-finding mission. You're poking around here to see if there's any cracks in that relationship. You're looking for any hints that the girl might be ready to monkey branch onto the next guy, which you want to be yourself. So if she starts complaining about her boyfriend, then you know that there's a good chance she might be ready to be done with him. Now, if she genuinely sounds serious about her man, if she's making it abundantly clear she's not going to monkey branch in this moment, just turn her into a female friend. You can recruit her into helping you meet other beautiful women. And you can kind of start this off as a little bit of a joke just to see what her reaction is, to kind of test the waters. So you might write to her, for example, Okay, cool, you have a boyfriend, but can you help me out to find my next wife so we can have the 10 kids and live on a farm milking cows, right? Couching in a joke. And then if she agrees to help you out, perfect, you have another ally. And then you can become friends with her. Invite her out to events, invite her out to a bar, invite her out to a nightclub to go dancing with you, and she can even invite her boyfriend. Even if you know she's gonna say no, she can't make it, she can't go, it's okay. Just keep giving her casual opportunities to hang out with you. Now, if that girl is indeed in a serious relationship, if she has a serious boyfriend, what you want to do is at least stay in the loop, stay in her consciousness just in case at some point she ever breaks up with him. And the way you're going to do that is have her follow you on Instagram and share your Instagram stories with her so she can follow your life. She can constantly see what you're up to. But if you don't have that, what you want to do is every week send the girl a funny meme or send her a casual message that is a window into your world. Like, at the park, feeding the ducks, haha, they're so funny looking. Don't be sending her messages that ask her questions like, how are you doing, that require a response. Don't be sending her long-winded messages that require tons of reading, that are just gonna make you look like you're over-investing and needy. Just send her funny or interesting memes and messages that provide pure value and good feelings, just as a way to stay in her consciousness. And as soon as that girl with a boyfriend, she begins investing more back, she starts writing you more, she starts opening up to you, you can do the same thing. You can open up to her, write back more to her, invest more in her. What you're essentially doing here, guys, is you are waiting in the wings. You're waiting her to either fight with her boyfriend or grow more distant with her boyfriend, where now she's ready to monkey branch from vine to vine, monkey branch from man to man, and you're just positioning yourself as the man that's closest to her. You're positioning yourself to be that next branch that she's gonna grab onto and swing to by first giving her these pure value-giving messages or having her follow you on Instagram. She can follow along with your life, and then as she messages you or calls you, you are there to grab onto that opportunity where you're positioning yourself as that next guy. All right, now I'm gonna show you a weird trick you can use to firmly plant yourself as the girl's first and best backup option. So when things do go a little bit awry with her man, you, my friend, will be the first shoulder she comes crying to. You're gonna be the arm she comes running into, so at that point you can just scoop her up. But first, let me just say, it absolutely shocks me how many guys don't seek the extra help they need in their dating life. I talk to men who are watching YouTube for years watching YouTube, and they make absolutely no progress at all. They keep getting ignored by women, ghosted by women, they're treated like they're invisible, women look right past them, and then when they finally do go on a date with a woman, it's not the woman they really want. The woman isn't serious, she's just playing games with him, she's overweight, she doesn't look good. So look, if you need help with women and you want to speed up the process so it doesn't take you years to figure it out, like it takes years for most men watching this video right now, but instead you want to start dating beautiful women in just months, it's okay to hire a coach to help you out. Public characters like Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Tiger Woods, Brad Pitt, Michael Phelps, George Clooney. Look, they're all highly successful in their respective fields. They all have coaches to help them achieve their goals. And I literally take my 20 years of dating experience, I dump it into your brain in the fastest way possible, and I give you priming exercises to eliminate your anxiety around women. So now you can meet dozens of new girls every single week and start going on fun dates with new girls right away. So if you're tired of being alone, if you're tired of dating the wrong women that are not meant for you, gentlemen, go right here to attractionzilla.com. You can also go to youngerpartner.com, and there you can watch another free video that's going to show you how the coaching works and how you can work directly with me Jesse. Then you fill out a short 2-minute application, we'll get on a 1-hour consultation, and at the very least, you can discover something interesting about yourself that you didn't know before. And we'll see if the coaching, if the program is a good fit for you. Now, by the way, guys, I'm only working with 20 individuals at a time, so take your shot and let's see if we can work together too. All right, gentlemen, let's now talk about that weird but effective little trick to firmly plant yourself as the girl's first and best backup option. So if things ever do go sideways with their boyfriend, you are the first man she comes crying to, running into your arms so you can just scoop her up from there. Now, here's the thing. I know this video is all about what do you text a girl, what do you say to a girl when she has a boyfriend, but in reality, there's a much more powerful tool than simply messaging her. Now, this is not for everybody, right? But it is the most effective thing you can possibly do, and that is to start using Instagram. Yes, Instagram. Get the girl to start following you on Instagram so she can start watching your Instagram stories. And Instagram stories are essentially these short little videos where you can start sharing your everyday experiences with the girl, where she can sort of just peek under the hood and see what's actually going on with you. And the girl actually watching you and seeing you and listening to you over weeks and over months, over that time frame, she actually starts to feel like she's getting to know you. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but guys, women really do feel like they get to know you over the weeks and months, even though it's just through these dumb little videos. So when she starts to break up with her boyfriend, she starts to distance herself from her boyfriend, and she is ready to monkey branch onto that next guy, it might be that you barely even remember who this girl is months later, but in her mind, it's like she already feels like she's good friends with you. Now, I don't necessarily recommend this Instagram strategy for every single man out there. For example, if you look terrible, if you're not taking care of yourself physically, if you're not going to the gym, if your clothes look really basic and whack, or you're a homebody who never leaves the house, essentially if filming yourself is just gonna remind the girl of what an unattractive dude you really are, filming yourself on Instagram, it's not gonna work. So just stick to the basic text messaging. Try to make up for your terrible lifestyle and looks through one-on-one personal charisma through witty messages. But look, Instagram at the end of the day, that's the secret sauce if you can bring it up to that level. Because Instagram, it scales. It scales. You can shoot one single story about yourself, and if you're in contact with 50 different girls, maybe they all have boyfriends, that's okay, but all these girls are following your stories, now you simultaneously reach 50 different girls all at once. You don't need to be on your phone messaging, staying in touch with every single individual girl. So when you're playing at that highest level, you can just use your Instagram stories to stay in touch with all the girls. And that saves a lot of time building that connection, building that familiarity with every single girl all at once. All right, since you enjoyed this video so much, I've got 2 more you want to watch right now. Say this if a younger woman asks you, how old are you? And say this if a younger woman asks you, what's your name? So you can answer her in a way that builds instant attraction.